the synergy that we might all have, right? And so thank you so much for the reminder there, Jeff. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get this thing rolling. I'm going to share the right screen this time and put us in presentation mode. Perfect. So if you are not part of the email list, I think for the most part, everybody is here. If you're not though, please do me a favor, email one of the emails down in the left-hand corner, either coffeeconnectinfo@gmail.com or the CC info@addictedtoconnecting.com. So I can get you added to the invite list. You'll at least be aware of what topics are coming up, who's speaking, and what conversations are going to be had, so that you can go, hey, is this something that I am going to need or am going to value or not, right? Or you can just be like so many more of us and just come regardless of what the topic is, because you know it's going to be a good conversation, right? And so today, this talk, guys, was actually inspired by Norbert, right? We were in another networking group, and the conversation was not hidden talents at that time. It was actually something else, right? And he had brought up the conversation of, you know, while I'm in transition, it seems like there's these skill sets and things that are kind of surfacing that I had forgotten about. And it all of a sudden hit me. It was like, oh my gosh, we probably all have these things, right? And how great would it be to find out if those are the things that we used to love in the past, how we could bring those to the surface, cultivate them right, and get them to work for us again in the future. So out of Columbus, Ohio, give it up for Norbert Sousa, or D'Souza.
Well, thank you, everybody, guys. I am Norbert D'Souza. I am currently in a career transition. Our company shut down in December, but here I am trying to concentrate on what my hidden talents are and see how I can incorporate them into the regular business world, whether it is in a new role or a new environment. But basically, the idea is to use what I think intrinsically have. And not find that I'm doing a job, but rather a vocation, and continue having fun with what I do on a daily basis. So without further ado, I will try and get to this screen, and hopefully all of you guys can see the screen that I'm sharing at this point of time. Please let me know if you guys can't, or if I'm somewhere in the wrong place.
Looks great.
All right. So just to start with, I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of this. Friends, Romans, and countrymen, we are here to praise ourselves and not to bury us. So isn't that what Shakespeare said? Something close to that. But I jest. We are here today to do something that we generally don't do. Everything around us, religion, culture, corporate world, heck, even our own families teach us humility. The constant message is praise others before you boast of yourself. And therefore, it's not surprising that we tend to ignore or shy away from finding one's own talents and speaking proudly of them. While it's important to acknowledge one's strengths and accomplishments, excessive self-praise can also come across as arrogant or boastful. But genuine self-praise can be a source of motivation and self-affirmation. It fosters a positive self-image and it drives personal growth, definitely. Today, selfishly or not, we're going to concentrate on this self-praise in light of these inherent set of needs that we must fulfill to continue on with a reason, and on a journey that leads to empowerment, happiness, and self-assessment. Even religious texts refer to this in one way or another. One says, use your talents in recognition, development, and responsible use of the diverse abilities bestowed upon you by Him. Another says, individuals have unique talents and duties based on their inherent nature. And yet another says, ask the followers to use their talents and abilities wisely, even going so far to say that if you use it, you will be rewarded and given more. But if you don't, what little you have will be taken from you. Going from there, I just wanted to share some of the well-known or most commonly known traits on the screen there. But if you want to read what's on the side, just to explain what it is, hidden but often recognized by those who possess them. But there are times when they manifest themselves unexpectedly. It's always something that is outside of what either your friends, your coworkers, or your relatives define you as. It's a part of what you, and when hidden, you are but an understated I with a smaller version of yourself. So I just wanted to bring that to the forefront before we do a small breakout session for maybe, we've got about 16 people, maybe about 7 minutes or so. What I want us to do in that is acknowledge, one, your hidden talent with each other, share it with your room. And how did you first find out that you had it? Did you recognize it, or did someone else tell you about it? So without further ado, Rodney, if you could.
Perfect. It's 10:13. We'll come back about 10:20. I'll see you guys shortly.
Well, welcome back, everybody. If you guys noticed anything, or can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
Cool. If you guys noticed something very peculiar during this conversation that you guys had, that most of these conversations, when you have talking about your hidden talents, it comes with a childish glee. It's almost a happy place to be in. You have got no inhibitions about it. You feel shy talking about it often, but it comes with an inner self-satisfaction. To the leaders in this group, a good clue as to what you should talk to your employees on your one-on-one next time. Sometimes it's a great icebreaker for new people in any group to talk about something which is their hidden talents. One of the most remarkable aspects of hidden talents is they're unpredictable. They can come up in various circumstances. There was a young woman who was doodling absent-mindedly during a boring lecture, for example, and suddenly realizes that she had an inherent talent for art, and then explores different mediums and eventually pursues a career in arts. Sometimes talents can manifest itself during times of adversity. I know myself, for example, my talent of being able to sing without being afraid of criticism came up when COVID began. I didn't know what to do with myself, during those times when I didn't have a lot of people to talk around with. So I started singing online and just continue even today. And I don't care how I sound anymore. It doesn't matter what people say about it. I enjoy it, so I do it. It's also a fertile ground for these to emerge. So spread your wings and do the silly, the crazy, the walk on the not so walk path. It's always a good time to try a new hobby or participate in maybe a recreational sport or volunteer somewhere where you have not volunteered before. The effort is minimal, the pride is immense, and the reward is absolute. Hidden talents can transcend traditional notions of success and achievement. It's not always about mastering a skill or exceeding in any particular field. Sometimes they just reveal themselves in form of empathy, intuition, or ability to connect with others at a deeper level. For example, a shy and reserved individual may discover their talent for listening and offering support to friends in time of need, becoming a pillar of strength and compassion for their social circle. And the Lord knows that we need a lot of that, especially in today's world. We tend to rely on each other for so much help that the friend circle and people around us don't actually are not there because everyone is busy in their own ways. A great reason for you to use that talent if you have it. In general, hidden talents have the power to inspire, surprise, transform lives in many unexpected ways. But by staying open to new experiences, embracing these challenges, nurturing our interests, we create the perfect conditions for our hidden talents to blossom and flourish. After all, you never know when the next moment of revelation may occur, which will unveil a talent that you never knew you had. How do these talents significantly impact your career? There is self-realization and fulfillment. You discover and nurture your talents towards it. You recognize your unique abilities, which boosts your self-esteem and provides a sense of purpose. You align your career with your talents. And if you do that, you're more likely to find fulfillment in it. Opportunities. Your marketable talents open doors to new career paths. Consider how your hidden talents can be applied in different fields. Often we don't do that. We look at a field, we see, what is my skill set and how much money does it make for me? But consider what your talents are for a particular role or for a particular field. You might find a career change might be in effect at this point of time. If you're a great listener, think about counseling, coaching. If you can solve creatively, think about innovation or entrepreneurship or management. If you're a natural leader, obviously, think about starting off your own business, things like that. Diversification and adaptability. Leveraging hidden talent diversifies your skill set, absolutely. In a dynamic job market, adaptability is very crucial. Your unique abilities can make you stand out and adapt to changing circumstances. That's another very important part of knowing what your hidden talents are and using them. Side hustles and passion projects. Often at times we kind of ignore these things because they are, we consider them to be not so important, but hidden talents can lead you to side gigs or passion projects can actually change and make it your career. It can monetize your talents outside of your primary job as well. For instance, if you're an amazing painter, consider selling your art online. Or if you are great at counseling, think of volunteering, which may not actually give you a lot of money at the end, but it will get you resources and get you exposed or networked into those kind of roles. And last, of course, easily falling into that, networking and social connections. Talents provide excellent conversation starters. Obviously, as you guys probably noticed in the last session, sharing your unique abilities can help you connect with others. And networking often leads to unexpected career opportunities. Remember, talents are like gems waiting always to be discovered. And once you find them, polish them and keep them shiny. Because if you keep them aside, they are going to rust away and decay. I was going to take this time to go into another breakout session. And in this session, what I would like you guys to discuss is, have you used your hidden talent? How and where? What was your experience? And did someone else pick up on it and say something about it? And most importantly, how did you feel when someone recognized your talent and offered you either positive criticism or a new role somewhere, or told you that you would be excellent at this and others recognized you? So Rodney, if you could just break out in that sessions and have a conversation on that, that'd be great.
Yes, sir. I've got them shook up here. We'll go for another 7 or 8 minutes, maybe 9 minutes this time. Let's see here. Recreate.
Well, once again, welcome back. If anything comes back from that session, I want you to hold on to that last thought, which I asked you guys to talk about, is how did it make you feel? Hold on to that thought, because as you go through this day or through this week, I want you to digest that feeling. Is how did it make you feel? Because something about hidden talents and using it, that feeling will always last you and give you the immense pleasure that you always have craved for or wanted in your career, in your life, in your personal life, even in your relationships. Often at times, and I'm going to segue a little bit to the leaders in this group, often at times we look at people in our organizations and we talk about a human resource group and how we consider the human resources group and what they do. Healthcare, their performance management, and so on and so forth, and stuff like that. And there isn't anyone actually in the organization that looks after people's individual needs. And I know it's a far cry or far too much to ask for. So we give this innate responsibility sometimes to our managers or our supervisors, quote unquote, who are often the best performers, not necessarily the best managers of talent or humans. They are the best performers. They can excel in what they do from a work perspective, but not necessarily be able to make that one-on-one connection with employees. So keeping that in mind, just want to talk through, how do I find hidden talents, whether it's in yours or others? And I know there is, I've talked about others as well, but I'm going to reflect this specifically on ourselves. But you can use the word their instead of using your. Pay attention to what you're doing. Reflect on the activities or tasks that consistently draw your interest. These could be hobbies, tasks at work, or just personal projects. If you find joy in doing something, it might be a hidden talent waiting to be explored. Step out of your comfort zone. Try new things. Expose yourself to different experiences. Sometimes talents remain hidden because we stick to familiar routines, or we are afraid of breaking a specific routine that we follow. Attend workshops, join clubs, network, take up activities that you've never tried before. Ask for feedback from others. Sometimes we hesitate to do that because we are afraid of what others will talk to us or say to us. Seek input from your friends, family, or colleagues. They might actually notice talents in you that you are unaware of. Their observations can provide valuable insights and even promote some of the things that you have been scared of doing. Look back on your past. Reflect on moments when you excelled or felt passionate or felt unreasonably happy about something. Consider childhood interests or skills that you have neglected. Hidden talents often have roots in your past experience. Observe where you invest your time and your energy. Pay attention to what naturally captures your attention. Talents often emerge when we immerse ourselves in activities that we love, whether it's writing, cooking, solving puzzles, or just following your innate curiosity to do something. Some of the ideas, and individually, we might find other places where you could find your talents. And as a leader, also find talents for the people that you support. But remember, it's a sense of discovery and it's an ongoing process. To conclude, I just wanted to talk about some of the resources which are available out there. I know I'm not added on here, but most of you guys have probably heard about this, The Languages of Love, Gary Chapman's book. If you haven't read it, read it. It's a great book to actually build those relationships and open up these dialogues along with yourself, your family, the people who you have relations with, or even promote that over to your workplace. What you got won't get you there by Marshall Goldsmith is another book. The Innovator's Mindset by George Couros. You can also find these other websites all under one place. I will copy that onto the chat here in a bit. Some of them are free, but there are some paid ones like Myers-Briggs and Big Five Personality Traits, which are also there. But like I said, I will paste them onto the chat and you can probably make use of them if you feel like it. From my side, I appreciate you guys sitting down through this 45 minutes and listening to me. Hopefully this has helped in some way. You guys are a little more aware of yourself and feel the joy and the passion of what hidden talents can do to you. And let's go on from here and see what we can conquer. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Give it up for Norbert D'Souza. I mean, guys, this is kind of crazy. I mean, we talk about these things, and Jeff and I and Fred, we were in a conversation. We we're trying to, not certain like what talents are we talking about or what skills, and I think it's a variety of different things that come into play. I mean, you've got to really, and I think Norbert's done a great job of saying, listen, figure out what means the most to you, right?
And you know what I like about this, Norbert brought up that I think if you want to be successful in business, you have to be more well-rounded. Okay, you can't just be going down your lane and be the best accountant or best marketer or best realtor or whatever. I think that's important that, especially when you're dealing with people, you have to be more well-rounded, and that way it'll enable you to interact with your clients or prospective clients much better when you're more worldly. So this was fantastic, Norbert, and thank you for taking. I can tell you spent a lot of time putting this together, but thank you for presenting that to us.
Anybody else?
Norbert, thank you for mentioning the Dr. Gary Chapman book, because I'm a certified facilitator for the 5 languages of appreciation in the workplace.
Absolutely.
By Dr. Gary Chapman and Dr. Paul White.
So, and while you've got the mic right now, Alicia, go ahead. I didn't do this last week, but can you take a minute or so and just kind of introduce yourself, let us know who you are, what you do, and hopefully how we can help you?
Sure. Thank you, Rodney, for this opportunity. Hi, everyone. My name is Alicia Alexander, and my company is Make a Difference Consulting. I am an interpersonal workplace relationship expert. What does that mean? I help organizations recognize and appreciate their employees through the 5 languages of appreciation in the workplace. It's a strategy that helps to build a harmonious work environment. It mitigates high costs, turnover costs, and it bolsters the bottom line. It creates a harmonious work environment where everyone can thrive, and because you're speaking that person's appreciation language and valuing the employee from boss to employee and colleagues, among colleagues as well. Alicia Alexander, Make a Difference Consulting.
Perfect, and thank you. We're going to talk to Alicia. I'm going to get with her and try and figure out how we can get her back in here to talk about the appreciation in the workplace, right, and stuff at some point. I think that's another great topic for us to present to the group and talk about and collaborate with and figure out how can we appreciate each other a little bit more. So thank you. Trevor, are you still here?
Yes, sir.
There you go. Take a minute and introduce yourself, sir.
Hi, I'm Trevor Thompson. For those of you that don't know, I have a career in pricing analytical and some sales and logistics trucking, and currently in transition, mainly looking for a pricing analytical role, possibly even more of a account management, farming, gatherer role instead of a hunter role. Been targeting industries in trucking and also some auto defense contractors. Appreciate you let me join this.
Perfect. And he's up in the Cleveland area, guys, in Akron, Canton area and stuff. So we're about 50-50 split. And then we've got some folks that are up in New England as well on board with us today and stuff. So appreciate everyone joining us. I'm going to stop sharing for right now. That way we